This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, Bruce.
Howdy. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, man, it's that time of year where you're trying to gather everything together for the last push for holiday shopping.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And write like best of everything for the year.
Yep.
So it's kind of nonstop. It really, I'm sure you feel the same way where it's like November, December, you're just kind of like a zombie. You kind of just go.
It's you build it up for so long, and then it's just like go through the new year basically, and then you're like, okay, yeah, right. But just trying to get ready for the holidays. It's weird. I've worked in retail for so long that sometimes I'm not always in the Christmas spirit, because it's like Christmas in retail starts in like November 1st or whatever, like right after Halloween. Or what? Yeah, November 1st. Yeah. So sometimes I'm not always in the Christmas spirit until like the day before. And I'm like, oh, I want to set up the Christmas tree now and like do it all. So we haven't decorated or anything. I don't know about you guys, but we haven't done any Christmassy decorations or anything yet. So
we did last weekend. We just kind of like, it just felt like it was time. And, you know, it's, I don't know, taking the time to celebrate and do that kind of stuff, especially this year, it just felt like it was time to jump into it. So we've got our tree up and we've got some lights and things like that. And it's feeling about as festive as you'd probably expect this year.
All right, good. Yeah, it's still weird for me. I grew up in Minnesota, so it's like there would already be snow on the ground in Minnesota. Yes. So when I don't see snow, it's just not like, I think it's like a weird mental thing. It's like a disconnect. Oh, there's no snow, so it's not Christmas time yet. So maybe I need to take a drive up to the mountain and see the snow, because I know they've been getting snow up there, and I'll be in the spirit. You
definitely should, because it makes a big difference, especially when you come from a place where you get at least some snow. And I mean, for you, you were used to a lot of it.
A lot of snow.
With me, and the lower Midwest, we didn't get as much, but we did get snow. So not getting it here, it's like, it's just weird. And I've been thinking about like, people in Australia where it's summer and they're like, I can't even imagine.
That would be completely off it.
Right. So
I'm okay with no snow, but it's just a weird trying to get in the holiday spirit when there is no snow. So
right.
But speaking of getting in the holiday spirit, we wanted to take a little opportunity to give you some of our gift ideas for big guys or big people. Just kind of some of the things that we find useful and helpful, and some things that we like. So we're just going to kind of throw some stuff out there so you can get online and get those things ordered, so you can get them under the tree or whatever before the holiday.
Right. Get them for people in your life or for yourself. It's
that too.
Yeah, it's that kind of holiday, do it. So, I've got one that I'll throw out here that, I feel like any gift giving guide that I do probably for the rest of my life is going to include this. So let's just we'll get it out of the way.
Yeah.
A bidet.
Oh, yes.
Big people need bidets. And listen, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, do I want to give a bidet as a gift? Yes, you do, because you don't understand how much of a game changer having something like that is.
It really is. I miss it when I don't have one.
Right.
It's just like, it's so much part of my routine now when I'm in the bathroom that it's weird when I don't have one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
When the toilet paper shortage of 2020 happened, it was a lifesaver to have a bidet, so you weren't having to fight the angry mobs. Right. I almost said moms. Angry moms. I don't know.
Angry moms.
Those two, yes. Angry mobs at Target or wherever you get your toilet paper, or Costco or whatever. So it's a game changer.
Yeah, and a lot of people that I talk to about the bidet, they are cautious and they're a little hesitant because it's firing water at their ass, I guess. And in some cases, cold water, depending on the bidet that you have. All I can say about it is that it's not bad. It's refreshing. It's the cleanest you'll ever feel, and I can't believe I spent so much of my life without one. So
I know it is. I think it's a thing in the U.S. where it's just weird. Everyone's uptight about the bathroom, and
right.
It's a really nice thing to have to help you stay clean and tidy in the bathroom.
Yeah, and you can get a very inexpensive bidet for less than $100. I mean, some are between $50 and $75, and especially right now, everybody's running all the deals. So I did a review on the Tushy bidet.
Oh yeah,
on Chubster. So you can look up the Ass On review, where I actually sat, kind of went through the process, Don't worry, it's not as bad as it sounds. There's video, there's a whole thing. It's worth it. It'll tell you more about it. Definitely recommend you check it out. There are a lot of different companies out there. Omigo, OMIGO is another one. Another company that does a higher end bidet is called Toto. And I believe the Toto.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto.
I want to say like the 200C. The 200C is one that gets very high ratings. So
yeah, I think Bjorn just got a couple of them at Home Depot or something somewhere.
They're everywhere. Yeah. So it's worth a look. You can get one for not a lot of money. It's a good gift that you'll find comes in handy, but it's also it can be kind of one of those fun and funny things. If you want to give one to somebody that has a good sense of humor, give it to them. They might laugh about it at first, but once they start using it, they're going to thank you.
Yes,
Promise.
definitely. Yes. So one of my things I'm going to put out there is, I know we talk a lot about clothes, but I'm going to talk about comfy, just a good t-shirt. I know everyone does t-shirts, but I'm a big fan of the DXL t-shirts. I'm even wearing, I'm wearing a Henley today, but I have just the DXL t-shirts. They're kind of my favorite go-to for just like every day when I'm not just at work, when I'm at home or whatever. They come in so many different colors, and I don't know, I just really love them. They have some fun prints. Most of them are a blend. They're not just 100% cotton. They do have some 100% cotton. You got to kind of dig through if you have a preference to 100% cotton or the blend. I like the blend, the 60-40.
Nice
blend, because then they don't shrink as much and they just kind of the color stays a little bit nicer. Pocket tees, no pocket tees, whatever, but they're so comfortable. I just wear them every day. As soon as I get home, I change out of my my button ups and whatever, and put on a t-shirt and shorts or jeans.
Yeah. Right. You're in a good situation, because for a lot of people, I think going back to wearing clothes that require buttons and hard clothing. I was reading an article and
complicated buttons and stuff.
Yeah, they were talking. There was this article. I can't remember who it was. I don't know, a GQ or something, and they were talking about. It was in defense of hard clothing. So it was like talking about like denim and workwear and all of these different things that you can that are not. It's not soft. It's not your sweats. It's not just your tees. Yeah. And we're in a year where sweats and tees are winning. I mean, that's it's really what it's all about, is comfort. So not forgetting about that stuff, because you are still wearing it and still.
Yep. I still go to work with button-up shirts, and I mostly wear denim to work now. But yeah,
nice.
Yeah, but the t-shirts are a game changer. Moisture wicking t-shirts are they're going to be a staple, I'm sure, through most of 2021 as well. So. Yeah,
and I know that there are different companies out there that do a lot of tees. Yeah. I know. Shout out to One Bone in Canada. Those are our Canadian friends who are doing t-shirts. I believe they go to 8X or 10X, and they are made to fit lots of different body types. So check them out if you're looking for something that's maybe a little more fashion forward on the t-shirt side.
Yeah, nice.
Another thing to look at that is, should be on your list, if you're thinking about, I'm kind of staying away from clothes with this list, because I think, I don't know. What are people buying? They're buying t-shirts. They're buying underwear, right? They're buying the essentials, the comfortable stuff. So I think we know that those kind of things are out there and that they're good, but what else could you use that would be longer lasting? So as I'm thinking about my list, what's What are things that are good? And one thing that you had actually brought up before we started is a mattress, getting a bed that actually works for you.
Yes.
So
a good mattress is important.
And everybody and their brother seems to be coming out with a mattress for plus size people, or heavy sleepers is what I always see them saying. And so if you are a heavy sleeper and you're looking for a mattress, there are a lot of different options. I think one of the first to market was Big Fig, and Big Fig does they do a medium firm. They say it's medium firm. So I know that there are, medium firm can be very, very different for different people.
Yeah, right.
It's certainly a firm mattress. I have one, and I've had it for a few years, and it is, I couldn't see sleeping on anything else and being very comfortable. In fact, when I travel now, if I stay at a hotel, not as comfortable as I am when I sleep on the Big Fig. They are made specifically to hold bigger people, to hold more weight. They're extra reinforced, special types of metal, everything that they put into the bed to make it firmer and more secure is specifically thinking about how it can stand up to a bigger person laying on it for years and years. And, we've all had those mattresses where you lay on one and you get that valley. I'm coming up on 3 or 4 years, something like that with the Big Fig. And there's nothing like that. It hasn't, there's no sink, there's nothing along those lines. So, that's worth a look. Saatva is another company that does mattresses for bigger people. The Saatva HD, which I'm going to guess stands for heavy duty, but I don't know. It's another one that I've tried out, and I do like it. I would say that it's a luxury mattress, so it's going to be a little more expensive, but it is softer on the top, but it still has that kind of powerful support that the Big Fig has. So if that's something that you're looking for, is kind of a mix of those two things, I think the Saatva could be a good option. And there are a few others. I've written about a lot of the different mattresses out there that are made for bigger people at Chubster. So if you go there and search mattresses, you're going to find a lot of different options.
Awesome. Yeah. I know we're all spending more time at home. So one of my things I'm going to say is a kitchen utensil kit. I don't know about you or everyone else out there, but we've been cooking a lot more at home because we don't go out to eat as much. We do order in sometimes, but we've been cooking a lot more. So hopefully he's not going to hear that today, but I'm going to order a little bit better kit of all the utensils, because sometimes we just grab cheap ones from Target or whatever. Sure. Our knives are not great. So when you're in there trying to cook or cut chicken or whatever, sometimes it takes a while, or bread. You're smushing the loaf of bread that you made because you're trying to cut it. So I just getting a good utensils like knives and spatulas and spoons and all that stuff, cutting boards, just getting something of substance that's going to last, that is actually going to help you be a little bit a better chef or cook in the kitchen. I mean, I need all the help I can get personally, but I'm trying to follow recipes from all these different places, and they're like, oh, use this. And I'm like, oh, I'll have this weird thing, trying to make it work. But just an upgraded kitchen utensil kit, I think they've got them kind of from all over the place. The one I'm looking at is materialkitchen.com, just some random one that I really enjoy. It's got some good reviews. I've been searching around for just good kitchen utensils. So, and they've got some cool different woods, walnut, maple.
Oh, wow.
They've got this midnight black walnut for some of the spoons and the cutting board. It's kind of cool. And handle colors you can pick, whatever. If you have, need to match your utensils or your whatever you need to match or make it go with, you can make it do that. So this kit's got, a few different knives, spatula, cutting board, different things. It's about $300, but it all kind of goes into like a, one of those blocks that, like a knife thing, but it's got all the different spoons and spatulas and all that stuff in there. So
you get everything with that.
Yeah, all the basic utensils that you need for basic cooking stuff,
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. And I feel like, you get to a certain point where spending a little bit of money on things like that is beneficial because it's something you're going to keep for a long time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So and I really hate it when I'm in there using a utensil and it either breaks or it like kind of melts a little bit if you're not careful or something, or you scrape a pan because you're using the wrong utensil and then you mess up a nonstick pan or whatever. But
right.
Yeah. So that's a tip for me, as a good utensil kit for Christmas, because I think everyone's going to be, no matter how long this pandemic happens or goes on, I think people are going to be cooking at home a little bit more. So
I think you're right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And one thing I've really noticed this year is that it is a lot more fun to get food, whether it's delivered to you or you get takeout or whatever. It's a lot more fun. Like, I appreciate getting food outside of the house more because we're not doing it as often. So we found a little Mediterranean place that's close to us, but got some of their food yesterday and it was amazing. It was just like, it feels like a treat. So
yeah,
definitely cooking more at home. So I'm with you.
Nice.
So next on my list is another thing that I didn't really think much about something like this until the last few months. 2020 and the pandemic, yes, there's a vaccine where there's light at the end of the tunnel, but we're not there yet. Feels like it's going to be a while. Getting out and trying to be active is difficult right now. And I think when you're a bigger person, we've talked about this in past episodes, it's not easy for a lot of reasons. Going to the gym is not something that I love. And I think a lot of other people are kind of the same way with, going and working out around other people and, just all of those kind of things. So looking at, if you have the space, ways to work out at home or things that you can get that would help with that can be really beneficial. And I know for me that just, before all of this happened, before the pandemic and everything, I was already working from home. I was at home a lot, not getting out and doing as much as I should have, just being out, and that can affect you. It can really affect the way that you feel. It's not even just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And so figuring out ways to just kind of stay active to whatever extent is good for you can help a lot. And so I have a treadmill.
Oh, nice.
And yes, a treadmill from Horizon Fitness. And it folds up. It can be put over in a corner and put away. It is the Horizon Fitness AT 7.8 AT. Wow. And so it's it's got Bluetooth built in. It's got a place where you can sync up your apps on your tablet to kind of go along with it. Now, let me clarify here that I'm not doing any any crazy sprinting things. I'm not running I'm doing brisk walks.
Yeah,
I'm
getting your steps in and.
Yep, I'm jogging. I'm doing the baby's first 5K, which is totally not what it's called, but But I'm you go through these things, you program it, and you kind of tell it a little bit about you and kind of run with it. And it has it's been really good because it's another one of those things where I'm pretty hard pressed to imagine myself like jogging through my neighborhood. It just doesn't feel like something that I'm going to be comfortable with. But having a treadmill that allows me to do that at my own pace, when I want, when I'm feeling it, has been awesome. And it's been kind of a good way to get up and move around and to kind of shake off some of the funk that I've been in over the last few months, just with all of this going on and, the world being on fire. So So yeah, I mean, looking at something like that, Horizon, I like what they put together. It's fun. It's got speakers built in, but you can obviously do your Bluetooth thing and whatever else. And no, it's very cool. I think there are a lot of different options like that. So looking for things that will help you stay active and kind of feel better can also help. And again, it's not about weight loss or anything like that. It's about just moving because, for movement's sake, because you love it, because it makes you feel good, and you deserve that in whatever way you want it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, to go along with that, I ordered, it's called Reg Fit. It's a portable gym machine, but it's just like bands. So you can do all the different, squats and lifts and
nice,
all, different things. So I'm kind of excited about that. I've been trying to find weights and stuff like that, and that's been kind of difficult to find those because they're sold out everywhere. So I was like, I can do these bands, and those do the same thing, So
right.
That'll be I guess it'll be a gift for me and Bjorn. So, but it's a gift for myself mostly.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's good to have any of those things, just to have something that kind of works for you, that you're comfortable with. There is at least one photo of me running on this treadmill up on Chubster. So head over to chubster.com and you can see what that's like. We've been talking about all this stuff and we kind of forgot about our beers.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had a sip of mine. I'm thirsty.
All right. Well,
what do you got?
I'm podcasting from the couch, so I had to reach back behind me, this couch here in the studio to break this out. A potentially explosive beer that came to me as a surprise, which a surprise beer is always fun. Mm-hmm. From Haken Cider. It's Haken Family Cider, and they are out of Aurora, Colorado. Pressed, fermented, and bottled in Aurora. This is the Dabinett carbonated cider, and it was bottled in 2018. And it's fancy enough that it has a cork. And so we're going to attempt some podcast magic here. I'm going to try to open this and not get it all over myself.
I feel like I'm going to duck.
Or the microphone, or the camera, or anything else.
Yeah. Just point it away from you.
Yes. Here we go. Oh, this is... Oh.
Dabinett is bolder than most, with big tannins, evoking dark chocolate, English breakfast tea, plums. Ooh, I was like burnt caramel and baked apple character.
Nice. Oh, here we go. Hey. Oh. Ooh. Oh man, it smells great. This is, yes, all of those things. I definitely smell the caramel and the baked apple. All right, let's see.
Apples grown from Cider View Orchard in Washington.
Oh man, this smells great. It says it's very dry on the dry scale, the sweet to dry scale. There is dryness here. Okay. Let's see. I didn't get a glass because I'm not that fancy, so I'm drinking directly from the bottle.
Oh yeah. Rockstar.
Ooh, that's good. It's dry, but it's sweet, but not so sweet. Most ciders, I'm not a big cider fan. I don't like overkill with sweetness, and a lot of ciders are just not my style. I like this. The apple is perfect. Actually, it's really good. It's almost like, it reminds me of apple pie, kind of.
Oh yeah,
and I love.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I love it. And I don't know what English breakfast tea tastes like. I haven't had enough of that to be able to identify. But I definitely get the caramel, the apple.
Some dark chocolate or something chocolatey.
Maybe a little.
They said something about chocolate.
Yeah, maybe a little. I would definitely. I like this. I dig it. So.
Surprise cider was good.
Yes. So thank you, Haken Family Cider.
Nice. So I'm drinking a Hopworks beer. It's an Abominable Winter Ale.
Ooh, good one.
Got an abominable snowman looking thing on the can here. Mythological beer emerges from the depths of our brewery every winter, made with organic Northwest hops and organic malt. Abominable has a complex floral, spicy, and citrus hoppiness backed up by just the right amount of malt sweetness. Don't turn your back on the beast.
Nice.
I've been enjoying this the past couple of days, so it's good. It's really good.
Very nice. Very nice. And other beer-related news, since we can't be around each other, there are no beer festivals going on in person.
Yeah.
So they're all moving virtually, and they're turning into these things where you get these boxes of beer, and you pay whatever X amount of dollars. You get a bunch of beer, usually some glasses, and some kind of book that explains the whole thing.
Okay.
And it was something they've been doing it for the last few months. So I know Untapped had done a few things like that as well, or at least sponsored something. And my father-in-law actually got me a box that has different beers from one of the beer festivals. It's like the winter. I think it's the Winter Beer Festival.
Nice.
And it was kind of one of those holiday surprises. And so it took me over to the Migration Brewing here in Portland, and we picked it up. And it comes with a little magazine and like these little tasters and some different beers. So I've got some beers that I need to get over to you to try out, because there were a ton. It's a bunch of breweries from around Oregon, which is kind of cool. It's kind of there were some really good ones. Had a barley wine. I want to say it was from Ecliptic, and it was like a punch in the face with an orange, but it was good. It was good. I would. It's a punch that I would take again. And yeah. It's let's see, Ecliptic Orange Giant Barley Wine Ale. So it was intense. It was about a 12.5%, which was good. I got to try. Oh man, I don't see I took pictures of each of these. The Black is Beautiful beer that I know is making the rounds at different breweries around the country. I got to try one of those. I felt like you had the Black is Beautiful at one point, didn't you? Or
I don't remember.
But no, it was really good. It's an Imperial Stout. Ex Nova was part of it. Boneyard Brewing. I mean, and the beers ran the spectrum. There was like a cherry sour, a pale ale. There's even a malt liquor, like malt beer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So was there like a online thing, or did you just do it on your own and you like rate them and do stuff?
Yeah, you just kind of go through and try them yourself. And so, my father-in-law got the box, and so we split up a bunch of the kinds that we knew he liked, and then we opened a couple earlier today and kind of tried those. And there was another one that was like an oak aged double Imperial Stout or something like that, and it was intense. It was intense, but man, it was good. But it's a fun way to be able to still kind of do those festivals. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye out on for more of those.
Send me, if you find some, send them my way. I've been kind of wanting to do that, and I keep forgetting to like search for them or look for them. So
same here. I totally forgot. So yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
So back to some of the gifts. I know that a lot of people for the holiday season, they like to do commemorative ornaments. Either for like baby's first Christmas, or I don't know what else you would do them for, but I know that a lot of people do different things. So I found one this year that I thought was quite appropriate, and I thought it was kind of funny, and I wanted to share. You might have to look at the video, watch our YouTube video to see this, but I thought 2020 deserved some commemoration. There's a dumpster fire 2020.
I love it.
There's just a little, like one of those big commercial dumpsters with a big fire coming out of it with 2020 across it. So I think we might have to get one of those to remind us of 2020 in case we forget what happened. But I thought it was very funny. I saw a couple of people talking about it, so I was like, I should get one of those.
That's
amazing. Even though I don't have a tree up yet, I thought it would be a fun gift for everyone to remember 2020 by.
Absolutely. And that's exactly how we're going to remember it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different variations of it. You can find them all over the place, but I thought There's even gold-looking ones.
Ooh. So I'm going to jump to my last recommendation here.
Sure.
And I've been telling you a little over the last few weeks about how I've been questing to get a PS5 and failing. I would say if you're trying to get one and you haven't yet, don't give up hope, because eventually you will get one. It may not be until next year.
Or it might cost you triple.
Yes. Or it might cost you triple. But you keep trying. But in the meantime, there are other things that you can get. If if you're not getting a PS5, it's not gonna work. I hear that it's somewhat easier to get the new Xbox, so you can try that. I also hear that it's somewhat easier to get the Switch. So if you don't have one of those, and if that's something that tickles your fancy, then you can go that route. And if that isn't what you're looking for, I mean, there are a ton of different kinds of gaming systems out there. There's, the cloud gaming systems like Google has Stadia, and I mean, there are a bunch of other companies that do these cloud gaming systems where you basically just plug it into your, I guess, your TV, and you have the remote for it, and you're basically streaming games and you play them. Okay. And it works like that. So there are those kind of things, and then there's also VR, and there are some decent options out there for VR. I would look at Oculus has, because I know they have some really good ones that are out there. Obviously, PlayStation has PSVR, but which is a solid option. But I have a feeling that if you buy one this year, in the near future, there's going to be one specifically made for the next generation system. Now, the PSVR system that worked for PS4 also works for PS5, but I just can't see them missing an opportunity to charge us a whole lot of money for a new system. So there you go. You got some different options. Look at some different gaming options. Go from there. If you're in the Apple, you're one of those Apple people who has all that kind of stuff, and that's your device of choice, then they've got Apple Arcade, and there are more and more games that are being added to that. I'm finding a few that I really like, and they, you can run them on any device that you have that's a new-ish Apple device.
Yeah,
and as well as an Apple TV if you've got one, and you can connect a controller to any of those and play with a controller if you want. So. Lots of different options. I believe that Apple Arcade is like $4.99 a month, and you get access to all the 100 some odd games that are part of that as well. So lots of different things you can look at if you can't get the ultra exclusive, hard to find holy grail of a PS5. So yeah.
I know it's been kind of hellish on people trying to find those new systems. So I know I sent you an article about all the bots or whatever that people are doing to buy them all up, but
yeah, it's ridiculous.
So my last one is something that I really enjoy, and it's been kind of a lifesaver for me in this 2020 is Jackbox games.
Hey.
So they're games that you can play online with your friends. There's all kinds of different games within the party. You get like party packs, and there's like a bunch of different games. They have hundreds of different games that you can play. But you and your friends can play them either online or with your phone. I've been doing Zoom calls with my friends, and like either you can play it on your phone or on your laptop with your friends. It's hilarious fun with your friends or family. I really recommend it. It's a good way to kind of get your family and friends together, have some fun, have some drinks if you want, whatever you want to do. But it's definitely a good way to reconnect with your family and friends after not being able to see them for a long time. So it's a good party pack to play. It's fun.
I like it. That's awesome. Lots of good options that kind of run the spectrum here. So if you were having problems figuring out what to get for someone in your life or what to get for yourself, hopefully these options will help you, and you can kind of run with them and let us know what you end up getting, what you like, what recommendations you would make, and if there's anything that we missed that people need to know about.
Yeah, please reach out and let us know. Send us some pictures of what you're getting for yourself if you get get yourself some holiday gifts.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to finish my beer. It looks like Bruce is enjoying his cider.
I am indeed. It's a good cider. I like this. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.